one of the things I would really like to see happen, and this is a big task, but I think it's doable. It really ties back to the budget. There's so much talk of education and making sure that we really are providing good quality education for our kids, making sure that money is getting into our classrooms. I'd like to change the timeline for budgeting for education so that we have a deadline that's earlier in the year for our education budget, because many school districts have to make decisions on hiring and firing in April. And if we don't have a budget until May 31st, or a lot of times June or July or August, or this year, we're really not going to have a real budget until after the election's over with in November. What we have in place now is just this authority that's been handed to the governor that's really not a budget at all. So I think that would be something that I'd like to see happen, that really could bring some good change, some responsible decisions of making sure that we are budgeting directly for education, since that is a priority for us. And then also making a conscious effort to reduce a lot of the unfunded mandates that are placed on our school districts. We see so much money that school districts have to spend on unfunded mandates that really don't accomplish what they were intended to accomplish, or maybe impact one area of the state, but everybody else has to fall under that same mandate. So ways that we can go after unfunded mandates.
This person wants to know, and there's been lots of conversation going on, how are we going to deal with this just gigantic deficit that we have? Are we going to increase taxes? Are we going to cut positions? How are we going to balance the budget? And can we truly balance the budget? So this person wants to know, can Illinois really cut to a zero deficit? And will we need to borrow until the economy improves?
I think absolutely the worst thing we could do right now in the economic times that we're in is increase taxes. I just think it would drive more people out of the state, more productive people away from the state. So I think that's the worst thing. I would be completely opposed to an additional income tax increase that would drive productive people and job creators out of the state. So I think that's the wrong way to go. I think it does come back to that we do need to live within our means. We need to prioritize. I would support zero-line budgeting, so you start at zero and build up every year from the money that we have, the revenue that we've got for that year. And we have to get back to the priorities that we have as a state, making sure that we're funding our priorities first and questioning all of these other things. The other thing that very practically would change so much is to have all legislators involved in the budgeting process. If you saw how budgets are done in Springfield right now, you would be so frustrated as we are frustrated. What happens is decisions are made behind closed doors among a few leaders of what the budget's going to look like, and then it's put together overnight, and then it's rolled out on a cart, like telephone book sized budgets that are rolled out, and we're told, okay, we're going to vote on this in 15 minutes. It's many times the first time that we've ever seen that. Almost always, it's just that same day that we get the copy of the budget that literally is about this big. And it's a horrible way of doing business. There's no way that we would act that way in our families or